What's up, Schwartz Force? Welcome back to the channel. Now I got another one of my 4-on-1 look videos for you today, but this time featuring the Benyar BY5174. This is an homage of the PANERAI. I'm going to show you how taking a $40, $50 watch and throwing some amazing straps from StrapsCo on it can make it look so much better and so much more expensive and really change the vibe of the watch that you throw it on. Now, I got to do a quick shout out to StrapsCo. If you guys weren't aware, this is my big announcement. Myself and a few others from the watch fam, some of your most beloved and favorite channels, as are mine, have all become part of the ambassador team with StrapsCo, which means we do get the opportunity to showcase a lot of their products, their straps, upgrades, as well as some other items that they have on their website available. And I'll give you an example. So here are some leather valets that I have. Now you may have seen this in some of my other videos prior, and these things are just awesome. When you're doing a quick little strap change or taking nice pictures, just don't want to set your watch down on a hard surface like a table. These are perfect. This is Italian leather. So we have it in Saffiano leather. We have a vintage natural leather, and then of course this pebbled textured leather in black. So I got a couple different colors here. Now I do want to be clear that StrapsCo will send some straps for free to review. This is a good example. In this video, you're going to see these that I was able to get from them that they provided. But it's not always the case. These leather valets I actually paid for myself to help support the company, but also, you know, it's a newer product. It's not just about getting free stuff, but really believing in the product and backing them. So full transparency, not everything is given to us. And, you know, I'm happy to put my money where my mouth is, so to speak. So just want to clarify that. I'm really hoping to work on maybe some giveaways coming up here in the future. So 2021 is, I think, going to be a big year for a lot of people, and I hope myself included. So we will see. All right, I'm rambling. Now, in case if you're new to the channel, my name's Dave. May the Schwartz be with you. And hey, did you know it's a great day to wear a watch? Today I have on the MDC Infantry field watch, and this I've done a review on. This was actually the first watch I ever received from a company for free or as a collaboration, so it holds a special place in my collection. I've done my full review on this watch, which you can check out up here. I highly recommend it. So let's flip the camera around and swap some straps. Okay, so before we get into the straps again, I just want to be transparent about the Benyar BY5174, the PANERAI homage. Now, I got to give credit where credit is due. So over at Honest Watch Reviews, he was reviewing this watch as well, and he ended up scraping it by accident when doing a strap change, and he ended up finding out that the case is not all stainless steel. It's actually plated. Now, the problem with that is, as you can see on the back, it even states all solid stainless steel. That's kind of an issue because part of what makes this watch so awesome was the specs that you get at the price point. However, if it's not an all solid stainless steel case, then that's not a fair or accurate representation of what you're getting. So I too had scratched the case, and you can see this is different from stainless steel. A stainless steel scratch will look similar, but it's not, it's different. I don't know how to explain it. And you can even see this banding on the metal. See how it's not a mirror reflection? It's kind of distorted. That's a telltale sign, but I'm going to show you how you can find out even quicker. And that's as soon as you take the strap off, look at these lugs, okay? You see that line, that crease? It's where that plating comes together. I could be wrong, and this could all be solid stainless steel, and maybe there's a, I don't know, a different process they use with polishing it, but from what I see, I don't think that it is. So I wanted to be upfront about that. If you haven't purchased this watch yet and you were thinking of getting it, buyer beware. If you've already bought it, you're probably like me in that it's something to overlook. It's just if you scratch the actual case, maybe not so much on the insides of the lugs, it doesn't matter because it's covered. But when you scratch that case, that could be a problem. The plating could wear eventually or change color on you, and that might affect your, I don't know, honeymoon phase with this watch. So I don't wear it every day, so I kind of figured, well, you know, I think I paid $60 for it. I'll eventually replace it with a higher quality PANERAI homage, but for now, just wanted to share that with you. All right, now if you haven't seen my full review on the Benyar, I'm going to put a link to it up here. You should definitely check it out. But this is the strap the watch comes with. So this kind of look zero because this is just right out of the box. You can see Has a rubber textured back, and then we have a faux suede leather in this kind of camel color. It's actually not a terrible strap. It does have a solid stainless steel, and this one does feel like actual stainless steel. Buckle, tang buckle, kind of in that PANERAI design with these rubber keepers. Okay, so starting out for our first look, I have the Dasari smooth leather strap for deployant clasp in tan and polished steel. And what I like about these straps is it's specially made for the deployant clasp. You'll notice that it's very thin at the end that connects to the clasp, and then it is padded much thicker. I think it's 3.5 millimeters thick at the lugs, and then it tapers down to, of course, fit into the buckle end. If this was a thicker strap like the OEM one, isn't going to fit into the clasp. So I wanted to show you that the way that this works is the clasp locks into the pushers here. It's actually held in pretty secure once it clips in. And then you'll notice the way that it fits on the strap is these two little teeth here will grip into the punched holes in the leather. And so it's a tight fit to go into underneath, and then it curves through. You just have to be patient and then get it into the spot that it needs to be in. And then you'll see it hook in there and holds it in quite secure. And then just put the tail of the strap under the keeper and you're good to go. But I picked this color because I think it pairs up really nicely. It's almost kind of like an acorn brown leather. Kind of has like a little bit of a distress with that leather there. I think this is going to age and patina pretty well over time, I'm hoping, but I think the color combination just looks great. And then we see here there's a black textured leather backing, very comfortable, and then of course we get some contrast stitching holding that keeper in place. And I'm going to put links to all of these straps down below. So this is the option number 1. Now option number 2 is very different but similar, and what I mean is the strap option is very similar, but the effect that you get when you put it on the watch is dramatically different. And I wanted to point out that when you order these straps, you will get a set of spring bars. So these are the 24 millimeter spring bars, but I'm going to keep those and just hold them off. I'm going to take the spring bar from the other strap we just had, and we'll go ahead and put this on the watch, and I'll show you what I meant by it being dramatically different. So here you go. So I hope this helps see what I mean, in that it changes the whole dynamic of the watch. Coming off of the brown strap or the original OEM strap, I think that the black really gives it a nice pop with that contrast. You can get this with black stitch, but I like the white contrast stitching with it. Even though the dial, the sandwich dial indices are kind of that brownish color, I think this still pairs up with it perfectly. Same thing. Tapered down, padded at the lugs, and then tapers down to fit into that double deployant clasp. Let me show you on the wrist. All right, and there you see it on my 7-inch wrist. So I definitely wanted to throw a black strap option there so you could see pairing up with that dial perfectly. If you ordered the blue dial version, or you have a blue dial PANERAI, for example, the blue croc would probably look even better in my opinion. Not really too much more to elaborate because this is pretty similar to the clasp that was in number 1, but again, different colored leathers and textures as well. All right, next up we have the Dasari Salvage leather strap in beige. Look at this thing. So this strap is thick not just at the lugs, but it's thick all the way through, and you definitely know you're wearing a hefty watch when you have this strap on. I love the stitching here, contrast stitching on the front, and then padded black leather with the stitch on the back. They're very comfortable, and the break-in period is going to be relatively short. So even though it is a thick leather strap, it's actually quite bendable, pliable, and very supple. You can see where I had scraped it already. That's just living life. And then of course we have the brushed stainless steel tang buckle on the end in that kind of PANERAI design. Very cool. Even the keeper on it, double stitch because it's extra thick. THICC. Yeah, this strap is a thick girl. So I love this beige color. At first I wasn't sure how it was going to work when it arrived, but I got to be honest, after having it on the wrist, I think it pairs up really nicely. It still gives it a bit of contrast. It's not an exact match with the sandwich dial color, but it does tie in with the loom, a kind of vintage loom color. So I think that it's still, because of the branding in this beige color and the loom, pairs up really sweet. And the brushing on the clasp doesn't bother me that this is all high polish. I think it still works well. Now, I had initially wanted to save the best for last, which as you can see is this StrapsCo heavy duty stainless steel bracelet. And this has a double deployant butterfly clasp that's hidden. This bracelet looks so cool. When I saw this under the PANERAI OEM, I'm like, dang, look at that bracelet. And I was really excited to put it on the watch. So even though the case itself is all high polish, I think with this strap, this bracelet, it was gonna look really good. And this is a, yeah, definitely heavy duty. It's got a nice heft to it. It is all solid steel links, brushed finishing, done really well. And each link is removable. So you can actually take each link off, so it's highly adjustable. As you can see, solid end links. But unfortunately for me, the Benyar has the lug holes a little too far out. When this is put into the case, and you can see it fits, there's not really too big of a gap. So the fitment isn't perfect, but you can kind of get an idea if the holes for this had been just a little further back. I think this thing would have been awesome. So as you can see there, I think that if the holes on the lugs would have been just a little bit further in. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to put the bracelet on this watch, and I was hoping it would work because that would have been a really cool option for you guys that have this particular homage. But don't worry, I have no doubt that this fits for the actual PANERAI, and I will be purchasing a couple other PANERAI Radiomir and Luminor homages later this year. That's on my to-do list. So I'm gonna hang on to this bracelet and slap it on and see if it fits those. I'm hoping it does. Fingers crossed, you guys, but we'll wait and see if this ends up working out with the other homages that I have in mind. If not, no big deal. All right, guys, so let me know in the comments which of these was your favorite. You know I'm a big fan of the deployant clasp, so drop me a comment there as well. Do you prefer these kind of clasps or just a simple buckle? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, if you haven't joined the Schwartz Force yet, you can tap my face here and that will get you subscribed to the channel. That really helps me out, so thank you in advance. And if you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and check out this one next. That's a really fun one you'll enjoy as well. And I will look forward to seeing you guys at the next one. So as always, may the Schwartz be with you. Until then, take care.